Hello there, I'm Debbie Farmer, and I am the director of the Children's Church here at the Blended Church. I am going to be starting a series of training videos specifically to get you comfortable with volunteering here at our Children's Church, whether it be in our nursery, our toddler room, preschool room, and even our big kids church. I want to make sure that you understand just what's expected of you, where things are and how things work. I want to be able to answer all your questions here on a training video. As we know, sometimes it's hard to get together and meet as a group and go over new things or updates. So we want to make sure that we're able to do this in a training video that you will have access to at any time. This particular video, though, is going to be about our toddler room, which is for our 2-year-olds. So stay tuned and take a quick tour with me, and I'll show you around the room. Thanks. So our toddler room journey begins at the doors. We do have 2 entrances because these used to be split into 2 separate rooms, but currently they're one giant toddler room full of fun. One door will always have a gateway across the front to keep the toddlers from running in and out, and that gate should remain in place at all times. And this is where the parents will hand off the children once you make sure that they've got a bracelet, identification bracelet on them, and the parent has their check-in ticket. You'll accept the children through this door. So as the children are checked in, they will come into the room and see. What we want to do is make sure that the parent as well as the child sees that this is the classroom, but it's full of fun, it's full of color. We have videos going on, we have music playing, we have different activities that they can get involved in, and we'll go over each one of these as we go throughout the room. Now we're going to start off to the left over here, and this is where we have our classroom for our DVD curriculum. We are going to, every week, we are going to teach the children a lesson. Now we all know it's not easy to keep a 2-year-old sitting still for more than a few minutes at a time, but we do attempt to do that by having them all sit at the table. There are usually coloring sheets and crayons for them to enjoy as they're getting checked in or throughout the morning. They will also have, up here on this TV, directly across from the table, is where the video curriculum will be played. And what normally happens is that they do have snack time here in this room, and they'll be sitting at the tables eating their snacks. And at that time, we pretty much have their undivided attention, which makes it easier for them to watch the video. And we will also have the curriculum located for all the teachers here on the teacher's desk. And it'll always be in this green folder. And I will always have a copy of the current lesson with the lesson plan and the scripts that need to be read. If there's any crafts or art projects, they'll all be found in these folders. We have an extra stack of coloring sheets. We have books that the children can read. Well, maybe not read, but maybe that you can read to them. Many of the items here are preschool age, so they are Bible stories for preschoolers and picture books and such. We also have plenty of things for them to be involved in, such as puzzles, and we have blocks, we have Legos, we have lots of little things that they probably have at home, so this should make them feel comfortable when they come into the room. We also have little play kitchens and tool lands, plenty of toys that are located in the boxes, different things that they can find activity-wise to do. We also have, on the other side of the room, a large, to them it would be a large slide and climbing area. That this is actually probably one of the more popular areas of the toddler room, and we do want to make sure that the mat is safely in place for them and that the stepping stool is secure so that they can climb up through the back. Another fun part of this room is the bounce house, and I will go ahead and blow it up. It gets a little bit noisy because of the fan, but I want you to see what it looks like because this is a lot of fun for the toddlers. So here is the fully blown up toddler bounce house. Again, this is only for the little ones. We don't want any teenagers who may be in this room helping or any of the adults to climb into it because there is a weight limit and it is just not meant to hold anybody really older than 3 or 4 years old. But they can climb in and they can bounce. We do ask that the children all take off their shoes. So they can go in there and bounce. They can slide onto the safety mats. Again, they can climb over onto the other gyms, slide down onto the safety mats. There's plenty of books for them to read. We also show a video on this side of the room, and it's from our Superbook series. So the parents will see, as they're checking their children in, that we have animated videos of Jesus and Moses and Noah and many of the other Superbook Christian videos that we like to play. Many of the different games. On the center TV, which is our flat screen TV, we do have audio videos or worship songs. There's different video songs that will be playing. And again, this is so that when the parent drops the child off, they are aware that the children are going to be listening to Christian age-appropriate music and watching age-appropriate videos as well. Okay, so once again, throughout our tour of the toddler room, we have the videos that are playing, musical videos that are age-appropriate for toddlers. Within this room, we do have a restroom. Most of the children are either going to be potty trained, wearing pull-ups, and some of them may still be wearing diapers. At this age, being 2 years old, the teachers are not going to be changing diapers. That is when we contact the parent and call them in and have them change them themselves. If the child can use the restroom by themselves or with assistance, we do have an adult assist them when necessary. So again, this is the toddler room, and we want to make sure that the children are constantly encouraged and praised, whether they're coloring on the coloring sheets, specifically when they're doing things like sharing their crayons or taking turns. We want to make sure that we are constantly encouraging and praising them, especially when they're doing well. Now, if they are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, obviously we're going to be correcting them. We don't discipline the children other than maybe we take them to the side and put them in a timeout chair. If they are too out of control, or if they're hitting or biting or kicking other children and they're just in a dangerous outburst and we cannot calm them down, then it is appropriate to contact a parent to come and get them. And that is something that any of the adult teachers can do simply by getting the name and the number off of the wristband and going to the sound booth and just handing them a slip of paper with the information of the child's first name and the 4-digit number off the wristband, and meeting the parent in the hallway as they come out to explain what the situation is. Again, a parent should be called if the child is uncontrollable. We should, at every opportunity, be able to try to calm the child down. For some, this is their first experience being away from their parent or being in any kind of a preschool setting. So it is at times scary and it is upsetting to the children. But we want to do the best that we can to calm the children down and to talk calmly to them, get them interested in something here in the classroom. There is so much that we can get them involved in and distract them basically with, while their parent can go in the sanctuary and enjoy the word that they so need and very much desire. So it is our responsibility as teachers to do the best that we can with the children, but if it gets to the point where we just are unable to calm them down or control them to the point where it's upsetting to the other children as well, that's when we want to make sure to contact a parent and have them come in and either calm the child down or take them into the cry room. So there are many other aspects of the toddler room as far as details of what we do in here. Like I said, when they first get dropped off, there is a schedule over here on the side bulletin board for first service requirements and second service requirements. There's a schedule where we do want to make sure that there's an adult greeter at the gate at all times to welcome the children and the parent and to make sure that their wristband is in place. We do have a time for when we go next door into the preschool room and we take part in praise and worship as well as prayer time with the older children being 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. And then we come back in here and it's time to start the curriculum. We do snack time while they're watching the curriculum, and then we involve them in games or activities or crafts. And then there is, of course, some free time as well. because when the service is about an hour and a half long, our curriculum normally runs about 40 minutes, which is a little bit long for a 2-year-old to stay engaged. But that's okay. We do the best we can. And if the only thing that they learn that day is that Jesus loves them and that you're constantly complimenting them, praising them, and encouraging, and singing songs and teaching them, different aspects of the lesson, then that's the best that we can do with the time that we have with these children. But every minute counts, because these children are sponges. They listen to everything you say. They're very mindful and watchful. You may not think they're listening, but they really are, because you'll be surprised by the time the 2-year-olds come over into the 3, 4, and 5-year-old classroom. They're really actually pretty much engaged in answering questions and participating in the activities as well. So we just try to do the best that we can. Again, this is the 2-year-old toddler room. This is not just a daycare room. This is not just babysitting. We do actually teach them a curriculum lesson, which actually is the exact same lesson that the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds are learning at the same time. So again, when you first come in the morning, or at the beginning of your first or second service shift, the room should look like this. The bounce house, of course, should be blown up and engaged. And the way that gets blown up, you just kind of roll it out. And there is an electrical cord down here that you will plug in. And we want to make sure that it's plugged in firmly and the red button for reset is clicked. And then down here on the fan, there is an on and off switch. We won't blow it up right now. And then at the end of service, you do want to make sure that it's turned off and unplugged. And then this will get folded up and rolled up against the corner of the wall over here at the end of second service, so not between services. We want to make sure that this entire area is clean as it was when we first came in at 9 o'clock. And so all the books and the toys will be stacked up neatly. The toys will be put away in their bins. The chairs will be usually stacked up over here in the side, and the tables will be clear of any papers or crayons. Those can be stacked up over here. We do like the children, if they do color something on one of these pages, to always write their name on them and hand them back to the parents, so that to kind of show that they did participate. And then any crafts that we make, we always want to make sure that they get a copy of it to bring home. Now the other aspect of this room, again, is that we will have snacks and lemonade drink, which is normally located over here on this table. We do provide small cups. Now keep in mind that some of the 2-year-olds may have their own sippy cups. So we want to be careful in serving them only a half a cup of juice at a time. The crackers, usually it's animal crackers or Cheez-It crackers or Goldfish that we serve in the small dessert cups. And we really only want to give them about half because when they first come into first service, they should have just eaten breakfast pretty much. So they shouldn't be too hungry. And for second service, they probably are pretty hungry. But we want to make sure that we are not filling them so full that then when they go home, they're not hungry enough for lunch. So we want to be mindful of that. Anytime that they're eating or drinking food, we want to be mindful if there are any allergies. So you may want to make sure that the parent, you ask the parent if there's anything special we need to know about their child for that day, if they're not feeling well, if they have an allergy to certain types of food, if they're allowed to have a snack. We try to stay away from any kind of sugary foods. That's why we stay with Goldfish, Cheez-Its, or animal crackers. Although some children still have allergies to those food items, so we want to be mindful that if anybody does have a food allergy, that they are not served a snack. And we hope that the parent will bring a snack for them, but we just want to be mindful of that. Now, if there is any kind of an accident with spillage of a drink, or if they get sick and spit up on their clothes, that we do clean them as best as we can and make sure the parent is alerted in the event of a stain or a spill. We want to make sure that they're made aware of that, whether it's at that time if the child is upset about it, or at the end when they come to pick them up. We want to make sure that we can tell the parent how well they did in class. If they participated, if they raised their hand, if they were kind, or if they shared. Let's give some positive feedback to each parent as they pick up their child. Another thing we want to make sure that we do is use the child's name as often as possible. Each child will have the wristband with their name on it, so don't be afraid to just take a look at their wristband and talk to that child and call them by name. Every child likes to be encouraged and praised, and especially when an adult uses their name, it just makes them feel that much more special. So we want to make sure that we are making these children special and teaching them that the love of Christ is within all of us, and we can be that kind of person to them on every Sunday when they come in to visit us. So with this part of the video, I'm going to show you some of the ways of the technology part of the room as far as how to use the different TVs. We do have 3 TVs. Again, there's the one to the right shows our Superbook videos that are constantly playing on a loop, and they will just automatically, there's usually 2 or 3 videos at a time on a disc, so they will just keep playing in a loop. We do like to keep the volume down a little bit, because if we have 3 TVs and we have 3 different types of audio or video going on, it gets quite noisy in here. So we like to have this one down on very low or mute, so that the children can sit and watch the video, but also that when the parent walks in, that they see videos playing as well. Now, this is one of those old-time videos that doesn't have the adapters for audio-video hookups. So what we've done is we've connected a VCR, if you remember what those are. A VCR is connected to the TV, and then the VCR must be on at all times for the DVD player to work. So the DVD player is located up here. So once the VCR is turned on, and then once the TV is turned on with the power button here, then you can turn the DVD player on and insert the DVD, and the volume for the TV is controlled by the TV here. There is a remote, but it's not necessary at this time to use it, because this will just constantly be playing. So at the end of second service, when you're ready to leave, you do want to make sure you turn off all 3 devices, which would be the DVD player, the VCR, and the TV. And then we move over to the center, which is our flat screen TV, which would constantly be playing. It's normally worship music or audio or sing-along videos. This one, some of the videos that I have recorded do not play in a loop at this time. So when it comes to the end of the video, you will have to, it'll come to the main menu again, and you'll just have to grab the remote from the chain and kind of point it at the corner of the TV and hit enter to get it to start playing again. And again, this one, normally the audio is up a little bit higher, because we do want somebody coming down the hallway. It's not going to be blaring, but we do want people to know that there is age-appropriate music playing. And the other video TV is over here, is also a little bit newer, but it's still one of the older ones, where we have the DVD player hooked up directly to the front of it. So again, the TV does need to be turned on, and the hookup is directly to the DVD player. So this DVD player, again, is playing the curriculum, the video curriculum, and the remote will always be found on the table here. So this remote, you're just pointing it at the DVD player. And the curriculum will start. So we'll pause that for just a moment. And again, if there are other videos that you are interested in playing in the center TV, there is a whole stack of worship music, worship audio videos for the kids. Again, that's on a stack here. There's probably 7 or 8 of them on the shelf. So at the end of the afternoon, after second service, we want to make sure that all 3 TVs have been turned off. We want to make sure that the toys and all the books are clean and neat and picked up. Again, any of the paperwork for crafts, if they have not been picked up by the parent, we do go ahead and just put them in the trash. We want to make sure every child has something to bring home. So we want to make sure that everything has their name on it if possible. And we also want to make sure that the bounce house is folded up and put away neatly. And that's what it looks like, folded up and put away neatly. Again, make sure everything is unplugged. And the one last thing we may ask that you please do is to check the trash. in this container as well as in the restroom, and please empty it and replace it with new liners. Now in this closet here by the door, there are extra trash bags. Over here in the corner is a vacuum cleaner, so that if there are crumbs left over from snack time, we do ask that you please clean them up so that we can eliminate any kind of ant problem. Again, in this closet you will find there's deodorizer, there are wipes to wipe off the table, there are trash bags located in here, and as an option, we did have somebody donate some extra diapers here. In the event, and this has happened, in the event that the child is still wearing diapers and the parent didn't bring an extra one, we do have a few extras. That is not always the case, but just if you have a need for one of them, they may be located in this closet. Another option may be to check with the nursery, but they usually have the preemies or the smaller size one diapers. So again, if we were to have them, they would be located in this closet. Once you make sure everything is closed up and cleaned up, we do ask that you turn off the lights and shut the doors, and we appreciate the fact that you are willing to be a servant of the Lord and serve in our children's church here with the Toddler Room. Yes, it can get quite noisy, but it can be so much fun with these children, with these little ones. They are a lot of fun to teach and to interact with and to encourage and to praise. And it's a very big, important part of their parents' need to hear the word in the sanctuary as well. So I'll be proud of the fact that the Lord has called you and placed it on your heart to be a servant in our children's church. We so appreciate you. At times we do have some teenagers that want to come in and help. We always welcome teenagers to help out in our toddler or our preschool rooms. Again, as long as we make sure that they follow our direction, that if you have them, interacting with the children, that they're not horse playing, that they're playing nicely, that they're sharing, they're teaching the children how to share. They're helping with snack time. They're helping with the children taking off their shoes and putting on their shoes. And it's teaching the level, that age. Usually they're around 10, 11, or 12 that are helping out in this room. And again, we appreciate their help as well. So we want to make sure that all the teachers and all the helpers are valued, and we appreciate them. And it's just it's an honor to have any of you who have signed up to be a volunteer in the Children's Church at the Blended Church with us. We very much appreciate you. I just can't say it enough, because you're a big part of how our Children's Church continues to be as good as it is. So if there's any questions after watching this video, please feel free to contact me. The office number is 290-1015, or you can email me at debbie@theblendedchurch.com. Thank you, and God bless you.